Imagine a narrow sea passage where beauty meets danger and billions of oil dollars are at stake.
That is the fate of the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most strategic waterways.
Welcome to Travel Tribe TV studio, where today we uncover the beauty, secrets, and danger behind the Strait of Hormuz.
There are places on Earth where geography becomes destiny, places where a narrow strip of water can influence the lives of millions of people thousands of kilometers away. This is one of them. I am standing at the edge of the Strait of Hormuz, where Iran's southern coastline meets the waters of the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. At first glance, it looks almost peaceful. The water shimmers beneath the sunlight. Fishing boats move slowly across the horizon. Rocky islands rise dramatically from the sea. But beneath this beauty lies one of the most important and closely watched waterways on Earth. Every day, enormous tankers pass through these waters carrying energy to markets around the world. And yet, for the people who actually live here, the Strait of Hormuz is not simply a geopolitical headline. It is home. It is the sea that feeds their families. It is the wind that shapes their houses. It is the landscape that has demanded courage, adaptation, and resilience for generations. Today, I am traveling through Hormuz, Qeshm, the mangrove forests, the surrounding Arabian Sea landscapes and beyond, to discover what life really looks like along this extraordinary energy lifeline. Because behind the tankers, military vessels and satellite images is another story. A story about ordinary people surviving extraordinary environments. My journey begins on Hormuz Island. From the water, the island looks almost otherworldly. Its mountains are streaked with colors, red, orange, yellow, white and brown, like someone has painted the earth itself. The landscape is dramatic because Hormuz is essentially a geological masterpiece. Minerals and sedimentary rocks have been exposed over millions of years, creating landscapes that seem almost too colorful to be real. But when I walk across the island, I quickly realize something. This place is beautiful precisely because it is difficult. Fresh water is limited. The climate can be brutally hot. Vegetation is sparse in many areas. And yet people have lived here for generations. They learned to read the wind, understand the tides and make use of whatever the land and sea could provide. Standing here, I begin to understand that survival in Hormuz has never meant conquering nature. It has meant learning how to live with it. And that philosophy becomes even clearer when I meet the people who call this island home. For them, the sea isn't simply scenery. It is a workplace, a food source, a highway and, sometimes, a dangerous opponent. Qeshm Island. From Hormuz, I continue toward Qeshm. Qeshm is the largest island in the Persian Gulf, and its scale immediately changes my perception of this region. Here, the landscape stretches for kilometers. Cliffs rise above the sea, canyons cut through ancient rock, and strange formations created by wind and erosion make parts of the island look like another planet. One of the most remarkable places I encounter is the Hyrcanian. As I walk deeper between the towering walls, the noise of the outside world begins to disappear. No tankers. No engines. Just wind moving through stone. And suddenly, I realize something. The Strait of Hormuz is usually described through numbers, barrels of oil, ships per day, billions of dollars. But the land tells a different story. This is an ancient landscape that existed long before modern energy market. Long before tankers. Long before international borders. The people here inherited this environment, and they have developed their own relationship with it. On Qeshm, I also begin to see how closely life remains connected to the sea. Boats are everywhere. Fishing is everywhere. And the rhythm of daily life seems to follow the rhythm of the tides. Hara Mangrove Forest. Then I enter one of Qeshm's greatest natural treasures, the Hara Mangrove Forests. From above, the forest looks like a green maze floating in blue water. But from a small boat, it becomes something completely different. The roots of the mangrove trees disappear into the tidal waters. Fish move beneath the surface. Birds search for food among the branches. And the entire ecosystem seems to breathe with the changing tide. What fascinates me most is that this forest exists in an environment that appears almost impossible for trees. Salt water, extreme heat, tidal fluctuation. Yet the mangroves have adapted. They filter salt, survive changing water levels and create shelter for countless species. And the people around them have adapted too. For generations, coastal communities have depended on these waters for fishing and other livelihood. The mangroves remind me that resilience isn't always loud. Sometimes resilience is simply the ability to remain rooted when everything around you is constantly changing. Dasht-e. But Iran's story of survival doesn't end at the coast. To understand just how extreme this country can be, I have to travel far inland, to the Dasht-e. The Lut Desert is one of the most extraordinary desert environments on Earth. Here, the landscape becomes almost completely stripped of softness. Sand, rock, wind, heat, and enormous formations known as calottes rise from the desert floor like the ruins of some forgotten civilization. Standing in this environment, I feel incredibly small. There is almost nothing here to protect you from the elements. No shade, no obvious water, no easy escape. And yet, this is part of what makes Iran so remarkable. Within one country, I can move from tropical coastal ecosystems to one of the world's harshest deserts. The lesson is the same everywhere. Adapt, or disappear. The people who have survived in these environments learned how to respect the limits of nature. And that lesson becomes even more powerful when I travel north. The Hyrcanian forest. Thousands of kilometers away, the landscape changes completely. The Hyrcanian forests stretch along Iran's northern coast near the Caspian Sea. Here, the dry colors of the south are replaced by deep greens. Ancient trees rise above dense vegetation. Mist hangs over the mountain. And suddenly, Iran feels like an entirely different world. The Hyrcanian forests are ancient ecosystems, remnants of forests that have survived for millions of years. As I move through them, I realize that the story of Iran isn't really a story about deserts or ocean. It is a story about extremes, wet and dry, mountain and sea, forest and desert, and people who have learned to live between them. That contrast makes my return to the Strait of Hormuz even more striking, because waiting there is another reminder that this coastline has been contested and connected for centuries. The Portuguese fortress of Hormuz. On Hormuz Island stands the Portuguese fortress. Its red stone walls are a reminder that this waterway has attracted powerful outsiders for centuries. The Portuguese captured Hormuz in the early 16th century and established a fortified presence here as they sought to control trade routes through the region. Walking through the remains of the fortress, I find myself imagining the world that once existed here. Sailors arriving from distant countries, merchants carrying precious cargo, ships waiting offshore, and soldiers watching the horizon. Centuries later, the technology has changed dramatically. Wooden sailing vessels have been replaced by enormous steel tankers, but the basic attraction remains the same. Control the waterway, and you influence the movement of goods between worlds. That is why Hormuz matters. Not because it is large, but because it is narrow. And sometimes, the smallest places can possess the greatest strategic importance. Musandam. Across the water, another dramatic landscape rises from the sea. Musandam, in the northern part of Oman, is famous for its rugged mountains plunging directly toward the water. From a boat, the coastline looks almost like a giant stone fortress. Deep inlets cut between the mountain. These spectacular waterways are often called fjords, although they were formed through a different geological process. As I move through these waters, I am struck by how close the mountains seem to the sea. Communities here have historically depended heavily on fishing and maritime trade. The sea connects them, but the sea can also isolate them. That duality is something I keep encountering throughout this journey. Water is both road and barrier. It provides food and threatens lives. It creates wealth and attracts conflict. And beneath it all is an ecosystem that is far more fragile than the giant ships moving above it. The coral reef. Beneath the surface, another world exists. The Persian Gulf and Gulf of Oman contain marine ecosystems that support an extraordinary variety of life, including coral communities, fish, turtles, and countless smaller organisms. When I look down into the water, the geopolitical map disappears. There are no borders beneath the waves. No political speeches. No oil prices. Just life. But these ecosystems face enormous pressure, rising temperatures, coastal development, pollution, fishing pressure, and the broader effects of climate change. Coral ecosystems are particularly vulnerable to heat stress, and that makes their survival deeply connected to the future of the communities living around them. Because when the sea changes, people change with it. When fish populations decline, livelihoods decline. When coastal ecosystems weaken, natural protection disappears. And when the environment becomes less predictable, communities have to work even harder to survive. A small community bound to the sea. Now I want to move away from the landscapes. I want to meet the people. In small coastal communities, life can appear simple from the outside. A boat, a net, a house, a family. But behind every object is a story. I meet people whose lives are organized around the sea. They know when the tides change. They know where fish gather. They know which winds can make the water dangerous. This knowledge isn't necessarily written in books. It is passed from one generation to another. A father teaches a son. A mother teaches a daughter. An experienced fisherman teaches someone younger how to read the horizon. And this is where I realize that local knowledge is itself a form of technology. Modern satellites can track storms. Navigation systems can calculate position. But no machine can completely replace the accumulated memory of people who have spent their entire lives on these waters. Making a living on the water. For many families here, making a living means accepting uncertainty. Some days the sea is generous. Other days it isn't. A successful catch can mean food on the table and money for the family. A bad day can mean returning with almost nothing. And then there is the danger. A sudden change in weather. Strong currents. Mechanical problems. Fatigue. The sea doesn't care whether you are experienced or inexperienced. It demands respect. Watching fishermen work, I begin to understand something that statistics can never explain. When we hear that millions of barrels of oil pass through the strait, we imagine an enormous global machine. But the same water carries tiny fishing boats. People who know these waters intimately. People whose entire lives may depend on a few kilometers of coastline. Two completely different economies occupy the same sea. One moves billions of dollars. The other moves dinner from the water to a family table. The women of Hormuz, between labor and beauty. And then there are the women. The women of these islands are not simply observers of coastal life. They are participants in it. They contribute to families, communities, crafts, food preparation and local commerce. On Hormuz, traditional clothing and vibrant colors have also become part of the island's visual identity. But behind the beauty is work. Real work. The work of maintaining households, supporting families, preserving traditions, and adapting those traditions to a changing world. I am especially fascinated by the way culture becomes visible through clothing, art, food and everyday ritual. Beauty here isn't merely decoration. It is memory. It is identity. It is a way of saying, we belong to this place, and this place belongs to us. Food from the sea and the earth. Eventually, every journey brings me back to food. And here, food tells the story of geography better than almost anything else. The cuisine of southern Iran reflects the meeting of land and sea, fish and seafood, rice, dates, spices, herbs, fresh produce, and flavors influenced by centuries of movement across the Persian Gulf and Indian Ocean. I sit down to eat, and for a moment the headlines disappear. The strait isn't a strategic corridor. It isn't an economic statistic. It is simply a place where people live. A place where families gather around a meal, where recipes carry memories, where food connects generations, and perhaps that is the most important part of this journey. Behind every strategically important landscape are human beings trying to build ordinary lives. The strait, beauty and danger. As my journey comes toward its end, I return to the water. Out there, another tanker moves through the strait. It looks enormous against the horizon. I watch it disappear into the distance, and I think about everything I have seen. The colorful mountains of Hormuz. The vast landscapes of Qeshm. The Hara mangroves. The communities living from the sea. The ancient fortress. The mountains of Musandam. The fragile marine ecosystems. And far beyond the coast, the deserts and forests that reveal Iran's astonishing ecological diversity. This is why the Strait of Hormuz is so fascinating. It is simultaneously local and global. Ancient and modern. Peaceful and tense. Beautiful and dangerous. Standing here for the final time, I realize that the greatest story of the Strait of Hormuz isn't really about oil. It is about people. People who wake before sunrise to go fishing. Families who have learned to survive extreme heat. Women preserving traditions while adapting to a changing world. Communities whose identities are inseparable from the sea. And ecosystems quietly supporting them all. The world may see the Strait of Hormuz as an energy lifeline. But for the people who live here, it is something much more personal. It is home. And perhaps that is the perspective we should never lose. Because before a place becomes a strategic corridor on a map, it is a living landscape. And before the world measures its importance in barrels, ships and billions of dollars, there are human beings standing on its shores, watching the same sea, living beside it, and depending on it. I came here expecting to see one of the world's most important waterways. I leave having discovered something much bigger. A world shaped by water, wind, stone, and resilience. This is the Strait of Hormuz, and this is Travel Tribe TV. Until our next journey, keep exploring the places where geography doesn't just shape the land, it shapes the people who call it home.